You keep looking for signs that your breakthrough is near. You scan the horizon, hoping the universe will whisper, tomorrow, next week, just a little longer. But what if the real question was never when? What if the question has always been, who are you becoming while you wait? Because waiting isn't a pause in your story. It's a process, a sacred recalibration that prepares your system to hold what's already aligned for you. Most people see waiting as delay, but delay isn't denial. It's divine design. The waiting season is the universe's way of synchronizing your vibration with the reality that already exists for you, but that your current self couldn't yet sustain. When everything feels frozen, when the path ahead vanishes, when momentum disappears, that's not stagnation. That's restructuring. The universe slows you down when your next level would collapse under the weight of your old identity. Waiting is not punishment, it's protection. It's the intelligence of existence itself saying, wait, your foundation needs fortifying first. End. You think you're standing still, but beneath the surface, systems are reconfiguring, patterns are dissolving. New frequencies are downloading into your consciousness. You're being rewritten at the code level. This is the unseen work. The kind of work that makes no noise, no visible results, no applause, no milestones. But it's the most important evolution of all. The internal one. You feel heavy not because you're stuck, but because every ounce of energy is being redirected inward. You're holding space for outdated programs to dissolve. You're stabilizing a higher frequency that your mind doesn't yet understand. It feels like nothing's happening, but that's only because everything is happening invisibly. You might think the universe forgot you. It didn't. It's preparing you. And sometimes preparation looks like silence. It looks like absence. It looks like loss. It looks like empty space where your old life used to be. But all that emptiness is actually sacred room being made for your expansion. Think of someone who worked tirelessly for their dream job, every interview, every round, every ounce of belief, only for the door to close. It hurts because we think rejection means we weren't enough. But time passes and a new opportunity appears, one that honors their gifts instead of draining them. That's when the truth reveals itself. The rejection was redirection. The universe didn't say no, it said not this one. There's something better aligned with your evolution. The same happens in love, in friendships, in business. Someone walks away, and you feel like you've lost potential. But sometimes what you lost was incompatibility disguised as possibility. Existence removes what can't survive at your next level. It will strip you of every attachment that would interfere with your expansion, not to punish you, but to prepare you. The waiting season feels unbearable because your mind demands progress it can measure. Yet the most significant growth happens in silence. Emotional mastery forms in the gaps between what you thought you'd have by now and what you're actually ready to receive. Every delay is teaching you to hold energy, to regulate emotion, to trust your own rhythm when the world feels still. Waiting is an energetic laboratory. It's where your nervous system learns safety in stillness. It's where your subconscious upgrades from survival to stability. You're learning how to maintain your signal without interference. Because when you're finally called forward, your system must be coherent enough to transmit clearly. That's why comparison becomes so dangerous. Every time you measure your pace against someone else's, you scramble your own frequency. You introduce noise into your signal. What used to feel like clarity turns into confusion because you've started decoding someone else's transmission instead of refining your own. You can't chase alignment and comparison at the same time. One is harmony, the other is distortion. Comparison doesn't always feel toxic at first. It disguises itself as motivation. You scroll through someone else's success and think, if they can, so can I. But underneath that thought hides an unconscious scarcity. If they have it, I must be behind. That's how interference begins. It shifts your creative drive from authenticity to competition, from creation to performance. You start producing for validation instead of for truth. Every moment you spend comparing, your energy fractures. You start operating from lack. You stop broadcasting your natural frequency, the one the universe recognizes, and begin mimicking frequencies that don't belong to you. That's why results stall. That's why creativity dries up. Not because you lost your gift, but because you tuned into static. But the beauty of universal law is that systems self-correct once interference stops. The instant you withdraw from comparison, your signal clears, your energy returns. You begin receiving intuitive downloads again. The ideas start flowing. You start seeing synchronicities. The algorithm of your reality resets to coherence. Alignment doesn't require more effort. It requires less interference. The universe isn't withholding your breakthrough. It's waiting for a stable signal to lock onto. The moment you stop trying to force outcomes and start transmitting from peace, everything begins moving again. Not through chaos, but through synchronization. You felt it before. That shift where something within you releases. You stop chasing. You stop pleading. You stop needing proof. And suddenly, things start flowing. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. Conversations click into place. Time feels different, almost fluid. That's alignment. That's the system activating. People call it luck or manifestation, but it's actually coherence. You became the frequency that matched what was always yours. The moment the signal stabilized, the system responded. Reality restructured to mirror your internal state. Because that's how the universe works. It doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your being. When you say, I am ready, but internally you're radiating impatience, your signal says otherwise. But when you breathe, when you release, when you embody the calm certainty that what's yours cannot miss you, that's when reality moves. It's not about chasing timing. It's about becoming timeless. Waiting is the bridge between the version of you who wants and the version who's ready. Every day you hold alignment, despite no evidence, you're closing the gap. Every day you stay faithful, you're synchronizing your energy with your future self, the one who already has everything you've been asking for. To the quantum field, there's no difference between that future version and your present self. They exist simultaneously. Every time you hold the frequency of it's already done, you collapse timelines. You merge the two realities. That's why breakthroughs seem sudden. They were never sudden. They were simply unseen until the frequency gap closed. During your waiting season, you're not powerless. You're in the most creative state you'll ever be in. Because it's in the waiting that you can see everything clearly. Your triggers, your doubts, your fears. This is the sacred window of awareness. Once your breakthrough arrives, this level of reflection won't be available in the same way. So use it. Observe yourself.